Hello, everybody. It's time for another crazy brain reading, my loves. This one is a favorite of my clients. They love, love, love booking the crazy brain readings with me. They are pre-recorded. You can find the booking link in the description box if it's something that you're interested in. But today's crazy brain, the whole purpose of the crazy brains is about perception, what you think is happening versus what's actually happening, the underpinning of the situation that you're not aware of, and guidance. And then you're basically supposed to just give it over to God, give it over to Great Spirit, give it over to the highest of the high. You know what I mean? So today's crazy brain, I feel called to do something on the spiritual path. For those of you that identify as being on the spiritual path, you're either doing soul work, shadow work, inner child work, generational cycle slayer, change maker, right? So let's get after it. Think about something that's driving you absolutely bat crazy right now as I'm shuffling. And let's go ahead and ask Spirit what wants to come through. Spirit, what is going on? What is really going on for the collective right now in terms of their spiritual path? Crazy brain reading, please. And thank you. You know how many of these I've had to do for myself? Because I'm like, man, am I upside or am I down? What's going on? Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, Strength card just came in. What you think is happening. Ace of Swords, what's actually happening. The Guidance, 4 of Pentacles, and the underpinning of the situation, 8 of Wands. Wow, 10 of Cups underneath that as well. That's awesome. Tower energy and the Ace of Cups too. Interesting. Okay, give me a minute. I want to sit with this for a minute. I've got 88 on the board here, Leo energy. Okay, so the Strength card. Okay, Leo energy. This is really truly about creating this inner space of a calm, non-reactive space, right? I feel like a lot of you feel like you're already healed on something. Why does something keep resurfacing? Why does this keep coming back or coming back or coming back? And I want to say that, when you're doing this work, right, it's layer by layer. It's layer by layer, okay? And think of it as an onion, okay? These things that you're healing, things that you're transmuting, that you're transforming, right? Think of it as an onion. And if you've ever peeled back an onion, how many friggin' layers? So once you peel the top layer, right, you've got another fresh layer. And so you may end up circling, I'm thinking of a spiral. You know, how a circle just goes, it's just continuous over and over. A spiral is right? So we spiral back to similar experiences or similar people, right? When we're ready to shed another layer of that onion, so to speak, shed another layer of that healing or that limiting belief, okay? So I feel like you thought that it was done and healed and over with, right? What's really happening, Ace of Swords, is you've reached another level of mental strength. You are you're taking control over your thoughts. You're taking control over your thoughts. I feel like some of you have been doing work on lack or not having enough kind of work. And those thoughts have been kind of circling back. And what's actually happening is I feel like you've been hard on yourself because some of these thoughts are coming back again. But the bottom line is what's actually happening is you're making really big progress because you're self-aware and you're catching those thoughts. You're actually taking power. You are standing in your power. The only two things that we ever have control over, my loves, is our thoughts and our reaction to our own internal dialogue as well as what's going on in the external. So you think that it's a one and done. I've healed. It's over and done with. I've triumphed. I've done it. It's over and finished. But the spiritual path doesn't ever end. You're on it. You're in it. You know what I mean? You just circle back to it like that spiral. You just circle back and you're coming at it from a different level of consciousness. So there's something else that you are working through right now, and it's totally normal. There's something else that you're working through right now, and don't be afraid of it. You are ready. You are ready to deal with it because your consciousness, because you have been doing the work, your consciousness has now reached another level, a higher level of consciousness where you are ready to peel back that next layer. This is about you taking your power, baby, standing in your power, mental energy. Do you know what I mean? And the underpinning of the situation is the Eight of Wands. You don't think you're making progress, but man, you are. And it's going to pick up. It's picking up. This isn't going to take as long as the last time because you were just trying to figure it out the last time. I'm getting chills on the tops of my thighs. It's a confirmation. Some of you are so worried that it's going to be as grueling and gut-wrenching as it was the first time around. No, it's not, because it's going to go a lot faster because you've already reached that other level of consciousness. You've already reached that other level of power. And now you have that level to be able to come in and recognize it. It's all about self-awareness. It's all about awareness in general and recognizing patterns and being like, wait a minute, I recognize this. I'm not doing that again. I feel like a lot of you have been trying to like control. And Spirit's asking you, Four of Pentacles, let go. Let go of the control. And just be in the moment, in the journey of it. You've been through tower after tower after tower. See all those buildings in the background? Those are all those towers that you've been through. But now you're building things up. You're rebuilding things up again. Much more solid, much more stable, right? So just let go of the need to try to hyper control every aspect of the journey. You know, this journey doesn't always have to be about the pain and the sorrow and the sadness. We can evolve. We can heal and transform and evolve through experience of joy and happiness. And I feel like that's what you're headed towards. And you want to know why? Because underneath this Eight of Wands, remember what I said, you are making progress and momentum. You are. And this cycle is going to go a lot quicker than the last one did. And you want to know why? Look at that. 10 of Cups underneath that. Like lots of happiness, lots of joy, lots of abundance. Look at the bigger picture on things. This is the rainbow after all those towers. Oh, there's the tower. You're afraid of tower. You know, eventually one day you're going to think about a tower and be like, I ain't going to let no tower get in front of me. I ain't worried about no tower. What comes after the tower? The Ace of Cups, a really big freaking healing and some type of an opportunity. Do you know what I mean? You're lighter. You lighten up with each layer. Think about it. As you peel back each layer of that onion, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. It becomes lighter and lighter and lighter. Right? So does Spirit have any other messages? Does Spirit have any other messages for the collective before I clarify? It's because of lack that we feel like we have to control every little thing. You can't, this is what's coming through, you can't avoid obstacles and challenges. It's about how you perceive them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, somebody needed to hear that. All right, no other messages so far from Spirit. Oh, yep. Six of Pentacles. You're headed to this, like flow state. You're headed to flow state. So this person here, she's receiving, right? I feel like you've always felt like you didn't have enough. And when we feel like we don't have enough, we feel like we have to really hyper control, right? But you're elevating and you're switching up to this man right here, where he has an abundance and he's able to share that. So that's what's happening. You're coming back into a state of harmony and flow, is what Spirit's saying. The 4 plus the 6 equals 10 of Pentacles. That's like you're breaking generational patterns. You're breaking cycles. You're literally tearing those things down and rebuilding things up that are going to be very, very sustainable and long-term for you. So this is a very good thing, okay? Yeah, Chariot card on the bottom of the deck. Like, you're moving towards a lot of better times and success and victory, okay? So, Spirit, what do you want the collective to know about what they think about the Strength card, please and thank you? 3, 2. Yeah, it's like we are always going, this is the Death card, Scorpio energy, Pluto, transformation. This is all about the death and rebirth cycles. Every single human being on the planet, every living being on the planet, everything really, there's always some level of a death and rebirth cycle. Here's an easy way to explain it. Think about the sunrise in the morning. It's the birth of a new day. And the sunset is the death of that day, but the birth of the night. You see what I mean? Everybody goes through these cycles and they're continuous, right? It's just surrender to the process, surrender to the journey. Enjoy the moment. When you're stuck in the squeeze and you're going through it and you're working through darker stuff, like heavier stuff, it's like those are the times to really truly lean in to deep self-compassion for yourself. Don't be hard on yourself and do all of those extra little things that make you feel mothered and nurtured, that make you feel warm and fuzzy. One of my go-tos is I love a warm cup of chamomile tea and I load it up with honey. And I swear to goodness, my guides are always like, Winnie the Pooh, because I'm like loading it up with so much honey. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm towering right now. Honey. It's just one example. It's one of my go-tos. A nice warm soak in the bath, submerging yourself in water, letting it cleanse and purify you. Salt soaks clear your energy. Magnesium salts relax your muscles and make you feel more grounded and centered, right? Okay, talk to me about this Ace of Swords and what's really happening, Spirit. What do you want the collective to know about that, please and thank you? You're not going crazy. Somebody needs to hear that. You're not going crazy. You're literally just spiraling back to an event or a person or a situation or a pattern that you've already nailed one layer of it. Now you're ready to nail the other layer because you've reached that level. It's not going to be as slow. It's not going to be as slow. Okay. What do you want the collective to know about this Ace of Swords, please and thank you? Any other messages on that, Spirit? 3, 2, and 1. I'm hearing energetic cord cutting. Yeah, there it is. Fool card, Aquarian energy. Be bold. Be bold. Keep taking the risks. Keep moving forward, trusting yourself. Enjoy the path. You are very heavily guided and supervised and watched over. This little dog is like one of your guides. They got your back. Pray, meditate, journal, connect to your higher self, connect to your spirit team, to your angels and your guides. It's like embracing optimism and enthusiasm. Like you're on a new path. You're actually on a new path. You've completed some other cycle. And now you're on another path. You're on another path of the spiral, right? Cord cutting, energetic cord cutting. Every morning when I am doing my prayer, my sacred time in the morning, I invoke Archangel Michael and the Council of Light, and I ask them to please cut, unhook, and dissolve all energetic cords and threads from people, places, things, and limiting beliefs and patterns that don't have my best interest at heart. Please cut, unhook, and dissolve those energetic cords and threads. Because every time we think about a person, or they're thinking of us, or they speak of us, you're creating another energetic cord. Think about this. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions are energy. Right? Remember what I said. You can control your thoughts. Emotions and feelings that come up to the surface, you can channel them into desirable thoughts. Or not. The choice is yours. Does that make sense? I do that every morning as a means to just clear myself. You know what I mean? And then I put myself in my super bubble of protection. If anybody out there is curious about education on those topics, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to put together a course. Right? Or we can discuss it in a private reading. All right. Very, very interesting indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a final motivating and inspiring message from Great Spirit for all of you that are still with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you do want to book a private reading with me, the booking link, again, I think I've said it already, but YouTubers, the booking link is in the description box. And it's also pinned in the comments. And TikTokers, you can find it up in my profile in the link in bio. I just get so excited, sometimes I forget. All right, final motivating and inspiring message for the collective. 3, 2, and 1. 2 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's like just let go. Let go of what you thought it was going to be. Let go of beating yourself up about it. Don't be hard on yourself, okay? See, like all the swords are in his back. It's like it's dark, it's ominous, but look, there's the sun. It's like what's done is done. It's over and done with. The guidance, 2 of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Swords. It's like you are learning, okay? Page of Pentacles, okay? And you're learning how to choose your thoughts more wisely, Page of Swords. Pages are young and they're learning. They're students. So maybe you're not accustomed to being in that student mindset. Embrace it, my loves. It's like the student teacher archetype. They go hand in hand. You cannot teach others what you haven't learned yourself, right? So be patient with yourself. You can never make a wrong decision or choice. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is where I'm going to leave it. I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if it resonated, how it's showing up in your life. Until the next time, my loves, be well, love well, live well. Chef's Kiss vibes. I love you all.